By name, Dr. Salisu Shehu Umar, hail from a very small village in Zamfara State under Meru local government. A born Fulani child. I mean the bush Fulani, not the town Fulani. I was born in the village. I grew up in that village still. 1986-87 for my higher national diploma respectively in the same polytechnic, after which was posted to Edo State. My parents were not happy because it coincided with the era of June 12th, as well as the stories of Aneni and a host of other criminals was in the memory of everybody. So they did everything possible not to allow me to come. I insisted that I was a man then, should be allowed to tour the country. And a couple with the fact that I had taken a promise that I would not do my studies in one of the geographical zones. I wanted to take a tour of north, west, and east to acquire my degrees. And incidentally, at my HND level, I had a Commonwealth scholarship that would have taken me to University of Readings, but unfortunately, the June 12th truncated it. So I decided to remain in Auchi, and due to the recommendation from my then HOD, who has the attitude of asking students about the performances of some lecturers, and they now decided to recommend me for employment. I was employed in the year 1995. Just after my service, I resumed. From that 1995, I've actually been in the services of Auchi Polytechnic. In the year 1997/1998, I went to University of Ibadan for my postgraduate degree. Also in the year 2001-2002, I still went to University of Ibadan for my master's degree, after which I came back and still continue with my educational career in the same Auchi Polytechnic, Auchi, in the Department of Statistics. I made several attempts to have my PhD in the Northwest and East, but due to some reasons, I would not want to say it here, due to some travel reasons, I will say this, I opted out myself because there was no rosy welcome, as at the time I went there to apply for my PhD. Though I have the grade that guarantee me PhD everywhere in the world, having graduated from University of Ibadan with over 68 points at master's degree. I can go to any university for my PhD. However, I decided to come back, and being that there is no any nearby university that can go for PhD statistics, University of Ambosali University opened the course. I was the first pioneer student for the PhD in statistics. But seeing it as not challenging for somebody who like academics, I could not stay there for a long time, very short period of time. I now moved to Kaduna Polytechnic in 2019, precisely around October, November. In 2020, October, the rector of Auchi Polytechnic passed on. Then 2021 there was an advert for the position of rector, which I never wanted to apply for. A lot of people keep calling me, please apply. I said, no, I don't. I'm satisfied where I was. I was in Kaduna Poly then as a Polytechnic statistician. So I don't like the trouble of Auchi. I'm satisfied. I don't want to come back. So a lot of friends, some left Auchi to go to Kaduna. Having known my pedigree in research and academic activities, they insisted I should apply. Them I don't have money to pursue all these things. I mean, let me have my peace. Some of them took it upon themselves to carry my credentials, publications, and went to Abuja to photocopy and binded them and just tell me come and submit. I came, followed them, came and submitted. A lot of us, I think about 24 that applied. So some were dropped at the screening level. Only 6 of us made it to selection level, that is a point of interview. And to God be the glory. To God be the glory. I came first in the interview. Then you know what it means. Other issues start coming up, petitions here and there. I didn't see it as anything because I am the kind of person that has absolute trust in God. So even when people were telling me to write petition against other persons, I say never. What my lifestyle and God cannot give me, writing petition will not give it to me. So I allowed them. After having a series of here and there, because the interview lasted, after having the interview in about October, it keeps lingering till February 10th before the president finally signed my appointment letter. I was appointed the Rector Auchi Polytechnic. So incidentally, you are coming today. You came at the nick of time when I have just put in 1 year in office. So to God be the glory. When the Otaru of Auchi Sacred Kingdom called on me for a chieftaincy title, I told him, sir, I'm sorry, I will not accept any chieftaincy title. He said, why? I said, because I have extraordinary myself. I have not seen what I have done to warrant me a chieftaincy title, because my vision and mission for Auchi Polytechnic is so wide, so large, that if I have to say it, I want to rate myself now, I'm being unfair to myself, because I have not achieved 1/10 of my mission for the school. I have so much I want to offer the school. I wanted to make Auchi Polytechnic by God's grace before my end of 5 years, a first class institution in Nigeria and beyond. The little ones I can just think about, just very little, because like I've told you, I have a very wide range of mission. Yet at least one of the first things that if I think about it, I would have some level of satisfaction was or is this one that when I was around, some staffs were unjustly sacked out of the Polytechnic. And when I came, with the help of the governing council, I was able to bring them back to the Polytechnic, about 30 of them. Some were demoted unjustly because at that time it was like a time of Pharaoh. You can't cough. When you cough differently from the way you are supposed to cough, demoted, sacked. And I told the council, let us look at this. I was here. I know the injustice that was perpetuated against these persons. We were able to rectify altogether about 58 cases of unjust demotions, unjust termination of appointment, unjust stagnation simply because they don't like your face, and so many other minor offenses. I first of all digitalize, because I am the kind of person that hate wastage. A lot of our staffers, they have to go to bursary departments, they use a lot of papers to print their salaries and whatever. I say henceforth it's not possible. So that we don't need to waste papers in transmitting circulars and issues that you can just go to the site and print. Or you just go to the site, open it, cite it, and you leave it there. So as we are talking, none of our staffers does go to anywhere to look for either circular or whatever. If you happen to go around the campus, you could see that they are laying fibers. We want to make the campus to be 24 hours an online affair. And that is why you go around, you see they are digging everywhere, because we want to use fiber optics to make sure that we have a good campus Wi-Fi, that both the students and lecturers can feel free to engage in academic activities. I was the one that brought NSQ activity in Auchi Polytechnic. And to God be the glory, we have started training the facilitators, the resource persons for NSQ. We call it QAA. And by the 19th to 21st of this month, the first set will have themselves certificated, because it is a rigorous program where nobody will tell you to actually go, but if you opt to go, you must finish it. It is a one-year program but squeezed for 3 months, and the staffers are happy we squeeze into it, because now outside this country certificates are no longer used. Nigerian certificates are no longer used. What they use is this NSQ certification. And the reason why I keyed into this, and I paid heavily for my staffs to be engaged, because I also want to develop my students and make sure that as from this section, no student of Auchi Polytechnic will graduate. Quote me. No student of Auchi Polytechnic will graduate and go to the street of Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, looking for a job, unless if it's the lazy type. I will make sure that each and every student of the Polytechnic has one skill or the other before graduation. Yes, in that regard, since the creation of Auchi Polytechnic, there is nobody. I will beat my chest on that one, though I had to, I had to brag. I'm not a pride person, but I will hit my chest on that one to tell you that since the creation of Auchi Polytechnic, for the 50 years, nobody has achieved what I have achieved within 1 year in office. Like I've told you, the accreditation of 64 programs, it is not without bringing in new programs. I have applied for 17 new programs to be instituted into the Polytechnic. 17. It's highly unprecedented. Nobody in the history of Auchi Polytechnic has even bring in or introduce 5 programs at once. But I have introduced 17 programs at once. Out of them, 7 approval has been given, which is this. We are waiting for the approval of the 12 that they promise us will come by next week. We have to do to make Auchi Polytechnic a first-class institution in Nigeria and beyond. These are some of the milestones. If you look at some of the programs I've actually introduced, they are current programs that will bring Auchi Polytechnic into the limelight. Like programs like welding and fabrication, geological technology, mechatronics, electronic computer engineering, and so on and so forth, coupled with the other programs we have. And also, I have engineered the knowledge of research in Auchi Polytechnic. I was once director for research and innovation, and even when I was there, I know how far I've gone in rebranding research in Auchi Polytechnic. And now that God has made me the executive of the Polytechnic, I will not relent in making sure that research or Auchi Polytechnic has become a hub of research in Nigeria. This we can do through the meager resources we have by sponsoring people to go outside, deliver quality papers, and be noticed on the way forward. Apart from that, I'm that kind of person that also like this physical research. Even as a statistician, when I was here, I've developed an apparatus, an equipment that was presented at the National Exhibition that was selected among the 10 exhibited items that should have been given national award. It is now that I realize that the then management did not do well for us, because for the first time I was the first person in the history of Nigeria to have bring up what we call body mass index apparatus or machine. We have not only brought it to limelight, we have also digitalized it. If we look at places like China, India, they are not bothered about so much of these academic certificates. What do they bother about, and what has actually propelled their development? It is the skills. If you go to US now, 60% of IT professionals in US are from India. You can Google it and see. 60% are from India. And not that they have actually gone to higher schools, doctorate degrees and whatever. No. They develop their skills in the IT. And that is what I think we should do to help our students. We are not saying that certificate is bad. But for me, getting any certificate will only be an advantage. What you require most is actually the skills. Yeah, one of my greatest challenges that hinders the development sprite that I had wanted to be as fast is the paucity of funds. If you can check from campus 2 to campus 3, I have started a link route, which is just about 1.1 kilometer. But the problem there is this money is coming from capital appropriation. Up till now, there is no, the subvention has not been given to us. If you go to the same site, you see that I have started a twin ICT center. No capital is given to us. The same campus 3, say that because for me, I want to make my staffs comfortable. I've started a building office complex where I wanted to house at least 40 of my lecturers. It has got to a stock. And one of the greatest problem I have, we have shortage manpower in the area of academics. And the only way we can actually elevate it is by the federal government. Let the federal government think about a way out. Not just because the one they are doing to ministries and parastatals should not be extended to academic environment. As an academic environment, we shouldn't be constrained to having to pass through rigor of looking for waiver before you can employ. Before I can employ one person in this school, I need a waiver from the head of service. I don't know who will help us to get it to the listening ears, either Mr. President or anybody. Let them give institutions automatic waiver to employ. So that if you look at it now, 70 to 80% of the internally generated revenue we are generating goes to the employment of part-time lecturers. As I'm telling you, Auchi Polytechnic is having about 760 part-time lecturers paid from the lean internally generated revenue we have. Which is telling very, very much on us. In fact, I don't know how we can cope with the situation. Yes, there are a lot of programs. When I came, I met that the place was becoming porous. I decided to install some measures. Like when I came, I constituted this committee that I call Ethic and Transparency Committee, where members were drawn from all the schools. And the members are members that we know of high integrity. So whenever we have cases, we push it to the members of Ethics and Transparency Committee for both students and the staffs, and they deal with the committee, they deal with them and bring such report. These people are the people we have now constituted, inaugurated, and given them an independent power to try anybody, including myself. We have given them independent power to try anybody, including myself. So whatever report they brought to us, we will implement that report. We started by sanctioning lecturers for not giving them courses throughout the year. When we found you wanting, we first of all sanction you for not allowing you to go to class throughout that year as a temporary measure. By the time you get back to class and you start it again, I have no regret in sacking you. And the same thing with the students. Some of the students were constituting nuisance in the school. I called them here, told them I don't want to destroy your life. I want to mold you to become a better person tomorrow. But if you decided to destroy your life, I will help you. And that is exactly what we are doing. So when I got that thing and I now put it on check, I saw the profile of a Fisher magazine. I said, good, I'm good to go. I was happy. I told my wife. I said, okay, good. I have one of my child that is my friend. We discuss it at home. I said, good, daddy, go and collect it. So I just said, okay, I will. My, first of all, students and staffs of Auchi Polytechnic, which I am also part of, I want them to follow the suit of the management in making sure that the mission, the vision and mission of the management is actually achieved by making Auchi Polytechnic a first-class institution, not a first-class polytechnic, but a first-class institution that by tomorrow, all of them will be proud of. There was a time in the Polytechnic when you yourself, as a staff of the Polytechnic, you will not want to go outside there and say you are a staff of the Polytechnic. Because when you say it, people will just see you as a corrupt person. I want us to shun all those biases. And to the students, I want them to be law-abiding. Make sure that they concentrate on their books as well as their studies. We have